Ernie, how does it look for the San Joaquin Valley?
Survey of businesses in the San Joaquin Valley, this is for the month of June. The overall index was up, and this is contrary to what's going on the equivalent national survey of businesses, which actually is now dropped below growth neutral. The overall index, which of course is a leading economic indicator, the number was up, and it's a pretty good signal that the San Joaquin Valley, the economy of the San Joaquin Valley, is going to expand, continue to expand over the next 3 to 6 months. So it was pretty good news. Not as strong as we'd like to see, but certainly not as weak as we feared. And I think the economy is apt to move forward in the next 3 to 6 months, adding jobs at a reasonably good pace. Of course, we need to see jobs added at a faster pace to bring the unemployment rate. The unemployment rate, of course, in the San Joaquin Valley is above 13%. That's significantly above the national number.
What is driving the San Joaquin economy?
Well, what we're seeing in the San Joaquin Valley, the economy there is construction is turned around, and of course that's such an important industry for the region. We're seeing that looking better for the month of June. Still not back to pre-recession levels, but we're seeing jobs being added. We're seeing overall economic activity in the construction industry doing better. We're seeing manufacturing doing better, but not as many jobs as we'd like to see in the durable and non-durable manufacturing area. Wholesale trade is turned around. We're seeing some good numbers there as the economy expands. The wholesale trade industry in the San Joaquin Valley looking better for the month of June, even better than it was for May. We asked this month about the spending sequestration. Of course, we've been asking that question for the last 4 months, and each month there are, of course, more and more businesses saying it's having an impact, but only about 30% of the businesses indicated there were even modest impacts. The other 70% indicating that the federal spending sequestration has had no impact to date for their businesses.
What are the challenges for the San Joaquin economy? You mentioned employment. It's moving, but not as fast as it should. What are the other challenges?
It's the global economy. In other words, as we see the U.S. economy moving forward, as we see the San Joaquin Valley economy moving forward, the global economy is slowing down. And at the same time, the real challenge now faced, and this is a real big challenge, and the confidence index, by the way, was down significantly for the month from the San Joaquin Valley businesses, is rising interest rates. Interest rates now are bouncing higher, and of course we've seen for example, the 30-year mortgage rate up to significantly up for the last month, I should say, and at the same time, prices paid, the wholesale price index is coming down. So what we're seeing is rising interest rates because of some fears about the Federal Reserve moving out of the buying long bonds, or buying bonds, U.S. Treasury bonds, and mortgage-backed securities. As the market recognizes there's going to be an end to that $85 billion a month buying, interest rates are beginning to rise, and that's going to be a challenge to the construction industry. But even with that, I expect the construction industry in the San Joaquin Valley and the U.S. economy to move forward, even with these higher interest rates, because we've just got too many bargains out there. The construction industry is looking much better. Well, again, the confidence index was down for the month. We're seeing in the manufacturing sector for the San Joaquin Valley some real good productivity growth numbers. In other words, there's just not a lot of hiring in manufacturing. At the same time, the hours worked are coming down for the businesses, but manufacturing activity is growing. So they're benefiting from higher productivity growth, which is a good thing normally, but again, it doesn't help with the job situation with the San Joaquin Valley unemployment rate above 13%. At the same time, the national number is about half that. So we need that to move downward, of course.